All right. Still Mrs. Wagner-Martin, and you know how big I am on the Kelso choices. I can name all the Kelso choices by heart, and I bet you can too.
Do it.
Oh, come on. Really?
Yes, do it. Proof it.
Fine. Go to another game. Ignore it. Walk away. Make a deal. Share and take turns. Apologize. Oh my gosh. Talk it out. And, what's the other one? What's the other one?
Wait and cool off.
Yeah, wait and cool off. Okay. How many times have teachers told you when you run up to tell them about a problem with a friend, they've told you to talk it out? I don't know, like a bazillion, right? Talking it out is easy to say and hard to do. Go talk it out. There's a right way to do it. This is it. This is the right way to do it. So here's Kelso saying, got a problem? Talk it out. All right, let's do it. How do I do that? Let's do it. Step 1. Why? If they did something that bothers you, we have to know why. So step 1 is to ask them, why did you do that? Now, there's a right and a wrong way to ask why, of course, and you can probably guess. You do not ask them why by yelling. Why'd you do that? That's not going to get you anywhere because you know full well they're just going to yell at you back. And then off it goes. You also cannot ask why in a voice that sounds mean. You just something. Why? That goes along with yelling, but it's still also a voice that sounds mean. So the main thing to remember in a voice that sounds why, that asks why, is a voice and words that are helpful, as in helping solve the problem. You won't let me play. Why not? That is a voice that's helpful. Now, stop sign. That means we've come across talk it out rule number 1, which is if someone wants to talk it out, you talk it out. How many times has this happened on the playground where you go to someone to ask them something or to talk it out and they ignore you? They walk away or run away or plug their ears or something? You can't do any of that. If someone wants to talk it out with you, you have to talk it out with them. That's how you solve a problem. So, your first step is to ask why they did that. And the answer is, here are the answers that you are allowed to give. Let's start with, I didn't do it. They just asked you, why did you push me? I didn't push you. Just kidding. That's not okay. You don't get to give that answer, I didn't do it. Because if they're asking you why you did, that means that something happened. And you can't say, no, it never happened, because it did happen. You can't say, I didn't do it. Now, here's what you can say. You can say that you were mad because of something they did. You can say that. If they're saying, why'd you push me? Well, I was mad because you cut right in front of me. If they tell you that they were mad because of something that you did, now you have two choices. You can apologize for what you did, or you can ask for what you want. For example, if you say, why did you push me? Well, I was mad because I just lost the game. That would be a perfect example of a time to ask for what you want. Okay, if you're mad, please don't push me anymore. You can do that. And if they're mad because of something you did, then you apologize for that. Oh, look, a stop sign. Rule number 2, if someone asks you to stop doing it, like, okay, but please don't push me anymore, you don't argue with them, well, I didn't. Well, then you stop. No, none of that. If they ask you to stop, it's because they don't like it. If they ask you to stop, you stop. Now, what if their answer is that it was an accident and I didn't mean it? Then you have two choices. Choice number 1, be like Elsa and let it go. Accidents happen. We all make mistakes. And let it go doesn't mean go to the teacher and tell them about it. And let it go doesn't mean do it back. Let it go means literally forget about it. Or you can ask for what you want. Say, okay, can you please be more careful? There's that stop sign again. Same rule as before. If someone asks you to stop, you stop. Now, maybe the answer for why they did it is that they were just playing and it got out of hand. It got too silly or too rough. And yes, it's okay to say that. Like, why'd you push me? Well, we were playing tag and I was running too fast. Same thing. If that's the case, and they got too silly or too rough, you have the same choices. Let it go, or ask for what you want. And that stop sign is going to take you to the exact same place, which is if someone asks you to be more careful, be more careful. If someone asks you not to push them, don't push them. Just say okay and don't do it. And those are the answers that are okay. Remember, I didn't do it. That's not okay. Time to move on. That means let's practice. On the ground are all of the steps that we just went through. So let's see them in action. Okay, so now let's see it in action. On these blue cards are problems that happen from time to time. Miss Stanfield is going to draw one, and then we are going to use our dots to meet in the middle and talk it out.
Right. I want this one. It says, someone took the marker you were just about to use.
All right. I'm going to start on my red dot. Miss Stanfield starts on her red dot. I just took the marker that you were just about to use. What do you do first?
I need to ask why.
Got it.
Okay. Mrs. Wagner-Martin, why did you take the teal marker? That's the one that I wanted to use.
And step forward onto the why. By asking why, now we get one step closer.
Okay.
Now, I have a choice. I cannot say I didn't take it because obviously I did. So, choice number 1, I could say that I was mad at her and that's why I took the marker. Choice number 2, it was an accident. I didn't mean it. Now, this one's tricky. You don't accidentally take a marker, but what is an accident might be that I didn't know she was going to use it. This one over here, I got too silly or rough. That one doesn't make sense because you don't get too silly when you take a marker. This one right here says something else. Because you never know. It might be something else. I'm going to go with this one right here. It was an accident. I didn't mean it. But when I say it, I'm going to say it in a way that's helpful. So it'll sound like this. I didn't know you were about to use it. I needed it to color my poodle.
Because poodles are teal.
In my drawing, they are.
Okay, so that means that I either need to ask for what I want or apologize. And I don't think apologize makes much sense in this because I don't think I did anything.
You didn't.
So I'm going to ask for what I want. Mrs. Wagner-Martin, may I please use the teal marker when you're finished coloring your teal poodle? Off I go.
And there's only one thing left to meet in the middle. Now, I can just agree and say sure, but you know what? I also took the marker when she was just about to use it. And even though I didn't know she was just about to use it, it sure does help to apologize. So that's what I'm going to do by saying this. Sure. And I'm sorry that I took it when you were about to use it. And here we are, now we're in the middle. And we can shake hands, or in our case, we'll just do a little dance.
Whoop whoop.
I'm still working on mine. I'm rocking it, mine, yeah. That's all, folks.